I'm a fossil hunter in interior Alaska, and I'm looking for a mammoth tusk on this trip. I put in a lot of miles on the river. I travel about 300 miles going through interesting country. I have a specialty boat that can go a very long ways without having to buy gas. It's not very safe, but it gets me there and back. I usually have to find a camping place. Spend a week, 2 weeks. I usually live subsistence off the land during this time when I'm fossil hunting. I usually have a really nice view when I'm out. It's part of the experience. I see sunsets, the northern lights at night, as well as the fossils that I find. It's all part of the total experience. So this is what the area looks like where I look for fossils. Notice the ice lens in the cliff on the left. That's ice that's been frozen for 10,000 years. That's where the fossils are. This is a view from a drone. I just bought the drone. I only made one video with it and wasn't happy with it. So this is my $2,000 video I made with my cool drone. This is the cliff as I see it. It's sloughing, falling off. These are hunks of mud bigger than houses that can fall, and if they fall on me, then that's the end. So it's very dangerous. Here is a view from the drone of my boat from up high. I thought I would be using the drone to look around for fossils, but the drone doesn't like to operate out in the wilderness. It wants to be hooked up to the internet, and it won't fly anyplace dangerous, so I couldn't get it to fly close enough to the cliff. That little marker with the H on the front of the boat is home for the drone. That's what it's zeroing in on. I just tell it to return, and it's coming. Well, it's going to miss. But basically, you could see the shadow of the drone right there as I have to try and manually move it over so it does land in the boat. This is the area where I'm looking for fossils. Look at all the hunks of mud, melting permafrost, newly disturbed area. Everything with greenery was alive not very long ago, so it just recently fell. And here is the first view of a tusk. It's way up the cliff. So there it is. I have to figure out how to get it. It's 200 feet probably up the cliff, you could see. I don't want to come down on it. I'm not a mountain climber. So I was going to use the drone to get a line up to it, but it didn't work very well. I used a fishing pole and tossed a weight up there and got a rope. Well, I pulled the fishing line, which hooked a parachute cord, which hooked to a rope, and eventually, after 2 days, I got a rope around it. The rope comes all the way down, you could see, to the boat and to a come-along, so I can crank the heck out of it because it's embedded in the ice and the tusk is going to end up breaking. Here it's come down after another 2 days of work. It weighs about 80 pounds maybe, and it's 4 feet long. The original tusk total might have been 10 to 11 feet long. There's all the rope and all the mud in the boat. I've got to clean all that out eventually, but I'm pretty happy to have gotten the tusk finally into the boat. This is what it's all about. It cost me $500 in gas to be here and 3 weeks of time, so I try and make it pay off if I can. Not just an adventure, but it's how I make a living. So this is my brochure. I'm Miles from Miles of Alaska. Here's my website for raw material and art made from the ivory, and more pictures and a biography on the website.